Hello and welcome to this Aloha Community Library video tutorial on how to use your computer to access library ebooks and audiobooks. We know that if you're not used to using a computer, it can be really intimidating to try and figure out how to start accessing the many great online services and resources that your WCCLS libraries provide. If you already have a regular or e-access WCCLS library card, you're ready to begin. If you're a resident of Washington County, Oregon, and you do not yet have a library card, you can go watch our beginner's guide to signing up for an e-access card to learn how to do that. You can access our ebooks and our downloadable audiobooks using any of a number of different types and brands of devices, but in this video I will be covering the very basic steps of how to access them using a laptop or desktop computer. The computer I'm using today is running the Windows 10 operating system. If your computer uses a different operating system, your screen will look a little different, but all the basic steps of the process I'll be taking you through should be pretty much the same. I'm going to start by opening an internet browser. I'm using a common internet browser called Google Chrome, but you can use whatever browser you are most comfortable with. This might be Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer, Safari, Microsoft Edge, or another browser. To open the browser, I'm using my mouse to move the pointer over the middle of this desktop icon. Then I'll double-click on the icon. That is, I'll make sure the mouse stays completely still while I rapidly click the left mouse button twice in a row. This is a motion that it can take some practice to get comfortable with. If you're having trouble with it, you can also just click once on the icon with the left mouse button and then hit the Enter key on your keyboard instead. Either of these methods will open a browser window. Now I'm going to navigate to the WCCLS Library's website. To do that, I'll need to enter a web address in the address bar. That's this bar here up near the top of the browser window. You can see there's a little blinking cursor in it all the way on the left here. That shows that it's ready for me to start typing in it. If that blinking cursor weren't there, I'd just need to move my mouse pointer over the address bar and click in it to make sure it's selected. And just so you know, for the rest of this video, when I just use the word click without describing it further, that will mean to click once with your left mouse button. If there were already a web address in the address bar, I would need to delete that before entering the one I want to go to, which is wccls.org. But it's empty right now, so I can just start using my keyboard to type it in. When I've finished typing in the web address, I'll hit Enter on my keyboard to go there. Okay, so here I am at the homepage for all Washington County Cooperative Library services. To get to the ebook section of this website, I'll use my mouse to move the pointer right on top of the words Digital Library like this and click on them. That opens this menu of options that just appeared on the screen, and you can see that as I move my mouse to move the pointer over those options, it highlights the one I'm pointing at. There are a couple of options from this menu that are good to know about. About eBooks takes you to some general information about ebook borrowing, and Get Help for Digital Library takes you to some more detailed written help for getting started with using other devices to access ebooks. So if you already know that you'd rather read or listen to ebooks on a different device, like a smartphone or a tablet, this would be a great option for you to select. But for today, I'm going to highlight this first option, Overdrive, which is the name of the service that provides our ebooks. Once it's highlighted, I'll click on it. This will take me to the WCCLS landing page on the Overdrive website. This page gets updated pretty regularly to reflect new things that are going on, so don't worry if it doesn't look exactly the same for you as it does here in this video. The first thing I'm going to do here is sign in so that I'll be able to check content out on my card. I'll move my mouse pointer over this gray Sign In button and click on it. That will take me to this sign-in screen where I can enter my library barcode and password. So to enter that information, I will click once in each of these boxes, one at a time, like so. When a box is selected, it will have this little blinking cursor in it, just like the address bar did earlier. That shows that it's ready for me to start typing. Now I'll use my keyboard to type in my information. If you're using an e-access card, like the one I'm using to demonstrate today, your card number will begin with the letter E. If you're using a general card, it will begin with the numbers 23614. Whatever card type you're using, Don't include any spaces you might see in it when you type it in here. Next, I'll enter my password. There's a tool here to help me avoid making typos in my password. It's this symbol that looks like a little I. You can see that the letters I'm entering here are protected from viewing. They're all just these little black dots. If I click on the I like this, that will show me what I've typed, so I can fix any typos or errors. I can also click on the I again to switch the display back to its protected mode. If you aren't sure what your password is, the default password will be the last 4 digits of the phone number you gave when you registered for your library card, although you may have set a custom password at the time or changed it after registering. If you have an e-access card, you will have set a custom password when you signed up for it. If, when you registered for your card, you gave an email address and that address is still correct, you can find instructions for resetting your password on the WCCLS website at wccls.org/contact. I've included a link to that page in the description of this video in case you need it. So now that I've entered my library card number and password, I'll click on this button that says Sign In. Now you can see that it kind of just looks like it's taken me back to where I was before. But in the spot here where there used to be that first Sign In button that I clicked, now it says My Account instead. So I can tell by that I'm signed in and ready to explore what there is here for me to read and listen to. Like a lot of web pages, this one has more information on it than can all be shown on my screen at once. So I'm going to need to scroll down to view more of the page. There are several ways to scroll through a web page, but if you don't have a favorite technique yet, I recommend using this scroll bar here at the right-hand side of the screen. If I click on this darker portion of the scroll bar, but without releasing my left mouse button, then as long as I haven't released that button, I can move my mouse up or down and the page will move along with it, like this. Once I release the button, moving the mouse no longer causes the page to move. So you can see as I scroll down the page that it's offering me a number of titles that are available right now. So if I see one I'm interested in, I can borrow it right away. But I can also look for a specific work by scrolling back up to the top of the page and clicking here on the word Search. That opens this search bar where I can use my keyboard to type in a term that I want to search for. This could be an author's name or a title or maybe a series name, whatever it is that you're looking for. I've got my little cursor blinking here in the search bar to tell me that it's ready for me to start typing, so I'm going to pick a title to look for and start typing it in. I happen to really like the book Good Omens, which is a novel written by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. So let's see if there's an ebook or an audiobook version on here that I can check out. As I'm starting to type here, you can see that it's beginning to offer me some suggestions that match just what I've typed so far. If you see a suggestion, you can use your mouse to click on it, or you can finish typing what you want to search for and hit the Enter key on your keyboard. Either way, we'll start running a search. For this search, I'll finish typing the title I'm searching for and then hit Enter. So now it's showing me the results of my search. I'm going to scroll down a little bit so that we can see them better. Here you can see it's displaying some cover images for me, along with some more details. I can tell some information about these items from the cover images themselves, and then at the top of each image here, I can also see whether that item is available to check out now or whether there's a waitlist for it. Then below the cover images, here underneath where it lists the title and the author's name again, you can see it's telling me what kind of format it's in, whether it's an ebook, which will display text that you can read, or an audiobook, which will play a recording of the book for you to listen to. And then beneath that, I have the option of 2 out of 3 different actions I can take for each of these items, depending on whether or not a copy of that item is currently available. If it is available, I can use my mouse to click here on the word Borrow to check it out to my account immediately. Or if it's not available right now, I can click on Place a Hold to join the waitlist for that item and get a notification when it's ready for me to check out. Or in either situation, I can also click on this icon that's kind of like a tiny stylized bookmark shape with a plus symbol inside it. That will add that item to a wish list of things that I want to come back to later, but that I don't necessarily want to check out or join a waitlist for immediately. So I'm going to take these first two items from my search results and click on all three of these options to demonstrate for you how they work. First, let's add both of these to my wish list. You can see by how the icon changes that I've added them successfully. Next, I'll borrow this one that's available right now. Clicking on the word Borrow opens up this confirmation window, which includes a drop-down menu I can click on to see a list of options I can choose from to specify how long I want to borrow the book for. If I know I'm going to read it right away, I might click here on where it says 7 days so that it will be available again for other readers more quickly. Or I might choose to leave it on the pre-selected checkout length, which is 21 days. Then I'll click on this Borrow button to check it out. And now here it tells me the due date and how many more titles I can check out before I would need to return some. If I were ready to listen to this audiobook right now, I would want to click on this button that says Listen Now in Browser. But first, I want to demonstrate for you how to place an item on hold. So I'll click on this X symbol in the corner of this pop-up window to close it. I'll show you later how to get back to items that you've already checked out. So next, I'm going to place this second item on hold by clicking here on the words Place a Hold. If this were my first time placing a hold with this library card, that would open a pop-up window asking me for my email. This is so that when the item becomes available, the system can send me an automated email to let me know that it's ready for me to check out. That screen has two spaces in which to enter whatever single email address you want this notification to go to. It requires you to enter it twice so that it can compare the two entries to automatically catch it if you make any mistakes. But because I've placed holds on ebooks with this card before, the system already has an email address on file for me. Now I'll click on Place a Hold. Here it's confirming that I've successfully placed the hold. It's also letting me know that I'm the 8th person in line waiting for this title, but there are 6 copies that can be checked out at once, so I won't have to wait for as long as I might if there weren't as many copies. It's also showing me some suggestions for other titles that are available now, in case I'd like to check any of those out while I'm waiting for my hold to become available. If I wanted to go check on the items I have on hold now, I could click on these words that read Manage Your Holds. But instead, I'm going to click again on the X symbol to close this pop-up window so that I can show you how to navigate to your currently borrowed items, your held items, or your wish list from any part of this website, and not just when you've just checked something out or placed a hold. So to get to that information, I'm going to scroll back up to the very top of this page. Anywhere on a website where you see words with a little chevron by them, clicking there will probably open or close a drop-down menu of options. By the way, that includes these search result filters at the left of the screen. You can see that when I click on one of these filter categories with a chevron by it, it opens up a list of options that I can select if I want it to only display search results that fit those qualities when I'm searching. If I want to, I can also click back on that category to close it again so that it's not cluttering up my screen. But the drop-down menu that I want to open right now to get to my current loans, held items, or wish list is this one that opens when I click the words My Account here near the top right. I'll click on the first option, Loans. That takes me here to this page that lists everything I currently have checked out. Right now, there's only one item here because that's the only one I've borrowed. Above each item, it tells me how long I have left until that item is due. Right now, that's 21 days for this one because I've only just checked it out. If I wanted to return it before then, I do have the option to click here where it says Return. And once there are only 3 days left until an item is due, a Renew option may appear to the left of the Return option. As long as nobody else had placed this item on hold while it had been checked out to me, I would be able to click that in order to renew it. If I don't renew an item before its due date, it will automatically disappear from my account on that date. This makes it impossible for an ebook or an e-audiobook to become overdue, so you don't have to worry about accruing fines for them. Now, if I wanted to listen to this audiobook now, I would click on this button that says Listen Now in Browser. Or if it were an ebook, the button would say Read Now in Browser instead. Either way, clicking the button would open a new page where I could play the audiobook or read the ebook. But I won't spend time demonstrating that process right now. I'll be covering that in another video instead. Now let's go check on my holds. From this part of the website, I've got two options. I can either click on the word holds here on the left-hand side of the screen, or I can click up here on My Account to open that same menu as I did before to get to my loans. Only this time, I'll click here on the word holds instead. So here I can see all my current holds. Like with my current loans, I just have one of these right now. It shows me when I placed it, where I am in line, and it gives a rough estimate of how long a wait I have left. I also have three options down below the item. I can click on Edit Email if I want to change the email that the notification will be sent to when my hold is ready to check out. I can click on Remove if I decide I no longer want to be on the waitlist for this item. Or here in the middle, I can click on Suspend Hold, like this. That opens this pop-up window containing a drop-down menu, which I'll click on so that we can see the available options. So the way this works is that, if I want to, I can suspend a hold on an item for a specific amount of time. During that time, I'll continue to progress towards the top of the waitlist, but the item will not become available for me to check out until after that time is up, even if I've reached the top of the waitlist before then. For example, the system is estimating here that I'll make it through this wait list on this item in about 3 weeks. But let's say that maybe I have something coming up in 3 weeks, and I know I'll be busy for a week, and I don't want my hold to become ready while I don't have time to read it. So I can select Suspend for 28 days and click Suspend to confirm that, and now I know that my hold won't become available for me to check out until at least 28 days or 4 weeks from today. That way, I won't miss it while I'm busy. Finally, let's look at my wish list. I could open that same drop-down menu from earlier by clicking on My Account again, or I can click straight on the words Wish List here on the left-hand side. Let's try that this time. So here I am at my wish list, and you can see the only things on it right now are those same two items that I saved to it earlier in this video. Above each item, it displays that item's status. Here it reflects how I've placed this one on hold, and I've checked this one out. If I also had items on my wish list that I had neither checked out nor placed on hold, it would instead display here whether those items were currently available to check out or not. Of course, you can use your wish list in whatever way works best for you, but I like to clear items from mine once I've either checked them out or placed them on hold. So to do that, I'll click here on Remove, and then I'll confirm that I really do want to remove it by clicking here on this Remove Title button as well. I'll do the same for the second title here to clear that one too. So there you have it. Those are the very basics of how to get started with accessing library ebooks and e-audiobooks using your laptop or desktop computer. If you have further questions, you can leave them in the comments, or please email us at info@aloalibrary.org, and we'll do our best to help you with them. Thanks for watching.